All right, so this is the line of stuff that I was telling you. This is the fancy white diamond that I used a while ago. And then they have a purple diamond dust. They have a gold diamond rain. They have a diamond ruby red. They have a diamond blue moonlight. I'm wondering if these are kind of like an Aurora powder and what they would turn out like if I put them in a mold. Because I was just sitting here saying I've got to order me some Aurora powders because I have those swan molds that I want to do, but I want to do them in white. I don't want them white, you know, but I want them clear and white. And then you've got the Aurora green diamond. Now this would be pretty in them if it was a different color besides green. But I'm just wondering if these are all... But I really do got to get me some Aurora powders because I don't have any that I'm aware of. And I need some. So I've definitely got to get me some because I want to do that swan, those two swans, and I think I want to do them in Aurora powders because I think they're going to look so pretty. But then I've also thought about doing them in glitter. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what I should do. Aurora powder or glitter. We'll take a vote. Okay? And if we do Aurora, I'll have to order some. But that ain't no big deal. I mean, with Amazon, you can get them here in a snap, right? Okay. Now, moving right along, we got this little mold here that I'm going to do. It's a diamond. I'll say diamond, Lord. Now I got diamond on the brain. It is a jar mold, and it's a Let's resin. It says it holds 7 ounces, and it's got little bees. It's a honey jar. And then it's got a big bee up here. And I want to do, now I think if I flip this inside out to do these, I'm going to lose the powder because I've seen too many people do this and they've lost the powder. So I thought I could color them in afterwards with paint markers. And then go over it maybe with the diamond glaze that I have. Ooh, that would be pretty. That'll give it a little shimmer shine. I may very well do that. I think that's what I will do. I think that'll be really pretty. Because I have an idea of the color that I want to go with. So let me get all this put up that I was showing you guys. Okay. And let's see. Oh, I need these. Now this are all my Tim Holtz alcohol inks, and they're full, and I don't have room for the other one, so I just had it sitting up there. I need to order, there's some more colors I don't have. The butterscotch. So I thought about doing it in butterscotch for the honey pot. I think that would be pretty. Make it look like honey. Honey. So that is my thinking, and I'm thinking it's butterscotch that is the color that I'm wanting. It's either that or it's caramel, and I don't think it's caramel. I know it's not latte, because these are the ones that I use for my my wood grain tumblers. Sorry, I was trying to think there for a second. Okay, so I think it is butterscotch, but I'll have to see. I may have to add a little here and there of different. I don't know, but we'll see. But that's my thought process. Now this thing says it holds 7 ounces. Does that mean 7 ounces with that? And nope, this takes, okay, so this takes 1.7. So you might as well say 9, 10 ounces. Yep, you might as well say 10 ounces. Okay, well, you know what? If I've got to do that, I'm just going to use this because I don't have a cup big enough for in here for 10 ounces. So that's 8, right? 7, 8. No, that's only 8. So 9 ounces. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. Not gonna pull that big bad boy out. No, sure ain't. Not gonna do it. No. Gonna use these funky cups over here so I can sit and hold them on this. See how they do? That's crazy. That's just crazy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna pour this one. And then I can come back and pour the lid. Okay, I am starting to itch, so I don't know what. It's probably from all the alcohol that I'm putting on my hands. I guarantee you that's what it is. Because my hands are super dry from all that alcohol. Okay. What I'm going to have to do is just start changing my gloves. Take them off. Let my hands air out. And then put on another pair to clean. Because, I mean, if you're picking up your stuff with sticky hands, in all reality, you're kind of not getting anything clean, right? Because, of course, your hands are sticky. Or that's my thinking anyway. I'm thinking, yeah. Just saying. I'm going to do the fast set on this. Why not? Right? Why not? Why not? And I don't have any J. Diction fast set either. Poured in bottles. And I don't have my Let's Resin open. I don't have my Let's Resin fast set open, the new bottle. It's not open yet. And you know, I don't know. And I contacted them, and I'm kind of disappointed because I contacted them about, you know, what I did was I accidentally poured, I was filling up my bottles, correct? And I accidentally poured B regular cure in with the B fast set when I was filling my bottle up. And I have sent them emails after email, and I cannot get anyone. You know, I don't like these caps. I know they're supposed to be childproof, but they're so hard to get off. So anyway, I contacted them, sent emails twice, and I haven't gotten anyone to respond to me. And I know I hear a lot of you guys say, you know, because y'all are affiliates or whatever, and, you know, y'all are, when y'all talk about, oh, well, then you'll get a hold of your rep and all this and that. I don't know how y'all do it, because literally I guess because y'all are affiliates, I don't know, because they don't email their customers. And I'm, you know, that I'm not very happy about, because, you know, in situations like that, when I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, what can I do to save it, or if I can, you know, and that's what I asked them. It's not like I'm, you know, trying to get something free or whatever. And so I was asking them, you know, what can I do? Is there any way to save it? And I can't even get a response with an email. So I'm really not happy with them on that aspect. Their customer service, to me, if you're not an affiliate, then it's kind of like, it's kind of like, you know, screw you. And that's not right at all. In fact, those ought to be the people that they are trying to get in contact with, is the ones that's paying the money, that's not getting it for free. That's just my opinion. I'll get off that soapbox. But so I guess what I'm gonna do is either A, I'm gonna try it just to see what's gonna happen with either A fast set or B or a regular cure, and just see what happens. I don't know. It may, who knows? They may not know. Maybe that's why they haven't contacted me, because they don't even know, you know? So, yeah. So I'm probably gonna try it. I may just pour some up in a cup and just let it sit, just to see what's gonna happen, you know? I mean, that's really the only thing I can do at this point. Either that or, you know, I mean, I've got 16-ounce honey jar full of fast set and regular set epoxy, but I can make pigment pastes with it, I suppose, because at that point it doesn't really matter which, you know, what it is. If it's fast set or regular set, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, I can always do that, but that's a lot of epoxy to be trying to make pigment powders with, when, you know, I mean, it don't hardly take anything for a pigment paste, you know, to try to make something with pigment paste. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky and maybe they'll call me, or maybe they won't. Or not call me, but just send me an email. Hey, Let's Resin, if you're listening, please email me. I've sent you several emails. Can you please respond to me? I know Renee's having she's doing her live tomorrow night with Let's Resin and Amazon. Wonder if I could get on there then and ask them, hey, I've been emailing you. Can you answer my question? Completely off topic, you know, of course, because she is doing a live, but I wouldn't do that. But that would be pretty funny, though. But I wouldn't do that to her. Not at all. Okay. Alright. Let's pull this little bad boy out again. I should have just left this thing sitting right here like I had it originally, because I know I'm going to be using it so much. Oh, wow. Now that cup's kind of wobbly, so I'm probably more than likely going to have to hold this too. That's almost all the way up. And that's having a hard time stirring. That is some thick epoxy, guys. Some really thick epoxy. Now this company here, J Diction, and they have good epoxy, don't get me wrong. I mean, their epoxy is really good. And one plus side for them, they are in the United States. It's made here in America, which is great because, you know, it's easy, accessible, and, you know, we're not paying high fees, of course. I'm not an affiliate in any way. I'm not getting paid to say all this. But, I mean, I do love the Let's Resin stuff, though. But the J Diction's really good. And I love their fast set. And I like their regular set. So either one, you really can't go wrong. I've been hearing a lot about Bond Crafter. I haven't tried it, but I've been kind of wanting to try it. But I have so much epoxy that I really have to get rid of some of this other that I have first. Like, that's all the way up, and that is barely turning. Look at that. That is some thick, thick resin, guys. I mean, some super thick resin. And that's all the way down. Yeah, I need to put this. I've got those flowering, blooming heat mats, you know, that you do for your plants. And I used to keep all of my resin on those heat mats. Because, you know, even when you're doing tumblers, you want your epoxy to be kind of thin sometimes. And so if your epoxy's too thick, and I mean, them things come in super handy. Well, then when I was cleaning my room and I bought all new stuff, I bought new heat mats, glass heat mats, and all this and that, I thought, oh, well, you know, it'll be okay. No, it's not okay, because my resin is so thick. And when I say thick, I mean thick. So, and I just bought new ones, like I think it was like a 4-pack or an 8-pack, just before I bought the glass heat mats, because my other one was getting, you know, I've had it since 2018, so it was getting kind of rough. And so I bought a box of 4. It came in a box of 4. And then I went to the big heat mats because I started doing molds, and I seen everybody was putting their molds on heat mats and making them cure faster. And then I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have one of those. And then I seen the gigantic, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's literally the size of my table. That's how big it is. And it's like $100. I bought one. I did. I had to. And I have that one sitting. I have that one sitting over here at my other table. But yeah, I mean, I swear it's probably from here. Well, you can't see, but it's bigger than this little area right here. Or it's about, yeah, I forget how big it is, but it's massive. And when I say massive, I mean massive. And then, of course, I have the smaller one. And I didn't even know they even had... I seen the glass one. Michelle had the glass one. And I seen it. And so I was like, oh, God, that'd be so nice to have glass. Because everybody was saying that, you know, the other ones were, you know, warping. And I am making a mess all over the place. But they were saying that the other ones were warping, right? So I thought, well, I don't want to buy something like that and it's going to warp. And then I'm going to have to just, you know. So then I seen that Michelle had a new one. And I was like, is that glass? And so I looked at it. And it was. And so I looked in her description box. And then they were sold out. Or so they said. Then come to find out, they were not sold out. They didn't, let's see, I'm trying to think. Don't quote me on this. They had it somewhere else. I think that's when they had the big one listed. And I come across that big one. Because of the little one, they said the little one was out, but then I think in a day or two, no, because I got the little one way before I got the big one. I don't know, but anyway, needless to say, I have the big one, I have the little one, so. And they're both awesome. So far, so good. No complaints. I mean, granted, I don't really use them that much. Not like I really thought that I would. But, you know. I mean, I really thought that I would use them a lot more than what I do. But, yeah. But I really don't use them. I really don't use them a lot. I did turn it on earlier today to cure some stuff, so I'm just going to let that drip. I'll clean that up here in a little bit. I do want to add a little bit of this to here because I want to see which one of these is going to be the color that I'm wanting and what I've got to do to make it that color. So I think I am going to go ahead and clean this real quick because I don't want it sitting. And I mean, it literally takes 2 seconds to clean it. Sorry, I'm not in frame. But yeah, you just, I mean, 2 seconds and you're done. How easy is that? And that one from Astoyo, oh my God, that thing, I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. That thing came in handy. I am not gonna lie, it did, and I liked it for the most part. But it was just so stinking hard to get the paddle off. I mean, if that paddle would not have been so hard to get off, I would literally be having a different conversation than I'm having right now, because literally that's the reason why I have this one, because of that other one that I had. And I thought, okay, well, I'm not gonna, and I know Let's Resin has one, you know, similar to the one that Astoyo has, but I was like, well, you know, I'm not gonna buy one that's a single one when I can get a double for, you know, $30 more. That was my thinking. I mean, you know, go big or go home, right? That's the way we do in Texas. Oh, I think it's going to be this color. I'm almost positive it's this color. Oh, it is this color, guys. Look. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so that's the color I need right there. That do be the color, peeps. That be the color that I need. I thought it was the butterscotch. I don't know why I was second guessing myself, but I was. Always do. Don't know why. It's just a thing, I guess. Just a thing. But yeah, I have all kinds of markers, so I think I will, or I mean, I've got lots of paint too. I can paint it. I can color it in with marker, you know. It don't always have to be with mica powder. I mean, granted, is mica powder nice? Yes, I am not gonna lie on that one, because it is. But, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5. All right, I'm gonna stop with that and see. Yeah, mica powders are nice because, you know, they get mixed in and you know, done in with your epoxy. So, and you don't have to top coat, you don't have to do none of that stuff that we all dread, because I hate top coating. But you don't always have to top coat. You know, there's other ways that you can do it. You can I mean, that's what I'm assuming. I guess I shouldn't assume because we all know what that means. But I would think that you could probably put the triple thick, spray the Krylon triple thick on there. I mean, that's what we used to do. I mean, in the tumbler world, we used triple thick for, you know, just about everything. But, you know, we still top coated. But I don't know why you couldn't. I mean, I don't know if it changes your resin any at all. I don't know. I've never done it, so, but we're gonna find out. And you know, hey, if worst comes to worst, I'd do a top coat. Okay, so that is still a little light for honey. For honey. Oh, honey. We go see the nail tech. She is hilarious. And we sit and mess around, and that's what she says. Oh, honey. But she's hilarious. What you want today, honey? If you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, because that really helps out my channel. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon, you know, so you can get future or you can get notifications for future videos that I'm going to release. And hit the comment and the like and the share. And I would really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing now that looks almost like honey. I'm going to go with that, I think. I mean, because it is kind of yellowish, though. Let me see. I'm not sure which one of these is going to do it. Let's put this on this. Okay, I know it's not going to be caramel, because that's going to be way too brown. Then it's got to be latte. Oh, I didn't shake it up either. I guess that would help. So it's got to be the latte, maybe. Here goes nothing, guys. We're just going to put a drop in. I'm going to see what it's going to do first. Because, and I really don't like asking that kind of stuff. I don't know why. I don't. All right, there goes 2. We're going to do 1 more for good measure. Yeah, I guess that's why I really go almost the whole video without even saying hardly anything, because for one, I half the time don't remember, because, you know, I'm just chit-chatting away with you people. And so I don't think about it, because I'm just sitting here really carrying on a conversation with myself, because y'all can't answer me. I mean, I'm sure y'all are sitting there at your TV talking to me, but I'm thinking what I should do. So if y'all have any suggestions about anything, feel free to drop them in the comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm open to suggestions, you know. I like to do things, you know, that you guys want to do, because that's what it's all about. It's all about y'all, not me. I'm here for y'all. So if there's anything that y'all want to learn, you know, that you want to see me do, you want me to teach you to do something, put it in the comments, and I will gladly do what y'all want me to do. I do want to say thank you to all my subscribers. That means the world to me. You just don't even know. I never ever thought in a million years that I would have the amount that I have. And I couldn't do it without you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It has been a really rough year. It's been a really rough 2 years, to say the least. So this is kind of getting me back, you know, into society, kind of, in a way. So, okay, I think that looks good. So we're going to go with that. Okay. All right. Oh, let me spray some alcohol down in there, because I don't want bubbles for sure. So we definitely want to get some alcohol in there, and all I'm doing is just rubbing it around real good in all them little grooves, because we don't want bubbles. Okay. You know, I have to admit though, for Let's Resin, for their molds, their molds are super, super good. I mean, you get your money's worth out of their molds, that's for sure. And that's like that pen holder. It's like, oh my gosh, 2 times. And, you know, you already got to buy another one. But these, so, yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to get on that soapbox either. Because I could be there all day. And I feel like I just sit here and ramble about the stupidest, craziest stuff anyway. Because I don't, you know, I mean, I know that I'm talking to a camera. I'm not actually, well, I am talking to humans, but I'm just doing it through a television. I can never be an actor or an actress, because that just, yeah, I couldn't do it. It's just too weird to sit and, you know, talk to yourself. I mean, even though you know, you are actually talking to people through, but you're talking to them through a, you know, a device and a television. But yeah. And there's YouTubers out there, like even Michelle. Michelle is amazing. I love Michelle and Dawn. She just, from day one, she has made it look so stinking natural. Like, she is literally, I've got 2 people, well, 3 people if you count Dawn, that have really, really, truly inspired me to do what I'm doing. Because if it wouldn't have been for them, I probably would have never done this. I mean, yeah, had I talked about it? Yes. I always have talked about doing YouTube. Does that mean I ever would have? Probably not. But if it literally hadn't been for Michelle and Dawn at Glitz and Glitter, and Sandy and Jeff from Sandy's Organized Chaos, and they also have a second channel, Sandy's Organized Chaos Crew. I've watched them since 2018. Then I come across Michelle. So Sandy and them was the first that, you know, really inspired me when I was doing tumblers, because she's humble. She is a sweetheart. And so she really, truly, but I guess what took me over the edge was Dawn and Michelle. Literally. So if it wouldn't have been for them, I literally would not be doing this. And I thank them every day, because I mean, I'm telling you, it's been rough few years, rough year. It's not even been a year, but it's, you know, this year's not over, so it's been rough. And you know, if it wasn't for them, and I seen Michelle, she did a live with Andy from CCUK, and I watched their live, and I think this is when he first started doing, you know, having kind of like, I don't know if you would call it an interview, but, you know, kind of like a meet the crafter type situation, you know. And I think that's amazing. I think more people need to do that. So he's got a dang good idea about doing it. In fact, I have one coming up July the 29th at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you guys are around, pop in, say hi. So anyway, they were doing their live, and Dawn was there, Michelle, Andy, of course, and we were all just kind of, I say we all, like I was there, and I wasn't there. I mean, I was there, but I wasn't there. And I was just sitting there watching them, and, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Right now I'm looking for something, and I don't know where it's at. My little poker tool. Oh, I've got this one, but it's rather long. But, so anyway, I was sitting there watching, and they couldn't, I don't know what was wrong. They couldn't get their stuff to work, so they wasn't typing in any responses or anything like that. And I I was sitting there and I was typing, you know, and I was asking questions. And so, Andy, in fact, he answered me. And I said, well, what do you do? What do you say, you know, to somebody that wants to do, you know, a YouTube channel or whatever? And he said, he typed in and he said, start filming. And I'm like, well, okay, that was, yeah, that was real. So, you know, and it just literally, I bought a camera, picked up a camera. I mean, I have a camera, but I didn't want to use that one. And I literally bought a camera and just started filming, guys. I mean, so that's what I would say to anybody else that is wanting to start a YouTube channel. I'll tell you like he told me. Start filming. Hit record. Just hit record. And you know, it's really not as hard as what you think, because you get in a rhythm and you get in there, you're in your own craft room, you know, and you're sitting here and you're just talking. So, you know, I mean, it's not that hard. And I thought it was going to be a lot harder than what it was, but it's not. It's very, very simple, believe it or not. And now, the hitting the record part is real easy. Now, the editing, on the other hand, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it may be easy for y'all, but it ain't easy for this old lady. Because I mean, I don't know. Either my brain just ain't braining half the time, and that's probably what it is. It's just not braining half the time. Because the struggle's real. I mean, some of the things about YouTube, I don't understand. I don't know how you get this. I don't know how you get that. And I have read everything I can read. And it don't tell you none of that. It don't tell you nothing. You know, like being able to link your own website, okay? When do you have to be monetized? If anybody knows these answers, please feel free to put them in the comments, because I really need some help here. Okay, so that is that. We just sit and we wait for this to come together. And I may have to mix up a little bit more, because this looks like it's not domed. And I need it domed. So I may have to mix up a little bit more for my little thingy over here. Hold on just a minute, guys. I gotta spray this one too. I've got bubbles and they're not wanting. Oh! Well, that wasn't smart, Tina. I really got to mix up more now, because I just bumped it. I was trying to bang the bubbles out. Hi. Yeah, I was trying to bang the bubbles out, and yeah, I banged the bubbles out all right. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I do got to mix up a little bit for this top because it's not domed and it needs to be domed for that lid to fit correctly. So that's what I'll do. Here in just a minute, I got to get that other one over here, and then I'll mix up some more. I'm trying to clean off all this resin here that I dumped down the side like a genius. Because, you know, that's what geniuses do, is just pour resin down the side of their mold. Okay. Okie doke. Let me mixy up some more, because I think that one still, I can't tell if that one needs to be domed. Yeah. That one needs to be domed a little bit more. Okay, I am going to clean my hands for show. I need to put this little booger over here somewhere where I can get to it a little easier. I put it on my little cart thinking it was going to be easier to get to, but really it's not, because I've got my, it's where my cup sits, and I got my cup sitting in the way. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, it's not easier, but all right. Got those tools cleaned up. Now I'm gonna mix up just a little bit more. I don't need much. I need just a little bit. Okay. Get this cup out of here. I will probably mix up, let's turn it. Actually, I'll mix it up in one of these. In fact, I'm gonna take these gloves off and let my hands air out for just a minute, and then I'll put them back on. I need my marker right here. So I think I could do 30 mLs, and that will probably finish filling that up and finish filling that up over there, hopefully. So all I do, all I do is take a marker and I mark the 30 because it's so hard to see those lines, and then I mark the 15. And that was J. Diction Facet, wasn't it? Sure it was, in this big old bottle. Okay. Well, I thought I had some in a, I could have sworn I had some in a thing here. I could have sworn I had some J. Diction in squirt bottles. I know I've got the regular, but I thought I had the Facet in squeeze bottles. I guess not. So I will just pour from this big old bottle here. I'm definitely gonna have to put these in a bottle, especially for 30 mLs, because it's kind of hard to pour 30 mLs from a big old container. I thought I had, I really thought I had these. In a smaller thing. But I guess not. So here goes nothing. And see how thick that is? And that's B. I have to admit, this is some pretty thick resin. It's good resin too. I mean, I've used their fast set and their regular cure, and I like both, to be honest. I have no complaints with either one. Except for when I don't get enough, and then I'm probably going to wind up getting too much on this big old thing. Oh, come on, I need it faster than that. These darn glasses, I think I've already said this, I went and got my eyes done, and my glasses keep falling off my face. I've done went and had them adjusted. The other pair I can't even wear because they're way too tight, so I can't even wear those. So I'm down to this one pair out of 2 pairs that I bought, and yeah. Okay, we're good. Let me wipe this rim. Put the lid on and pour that. But yeah, I need to go back and get them, get these tightened. When they loosened them, I guess, a little too much, and now they're too loose, and now I need them tightened. Can't hit a happy medium no matter what I do, so that's just the story of my life. That is absolutely the story of my life sometimes. And I'm trying to do this really slow because I don't want to go over. And I only need just a little bit more. In fact, that little bit right there will probably do it. Yep, perfect. Yep, I'm definitely gonna pour this in a bottle, because I thought I had it. I could have sworn I had it in a bottle, but maybe I was not doing a bottle because I wasn't gonna buy it anymore. I don't know, because I'm trying out different epoxies. And why, I don't know, because I already know I like the J-Diction, but I just, but I like the Let's resin too, so I mean, I like both. Oh, and this scraper is sticky. Blech. And as you can tell, I don't mix slow. Yeah. I mix like nobody's business. I mean, I do have a vacuum chamber, but half the time I don't even use it. Because I'm so used to not having one. I mean, you know, when you do tumblers, you don't need a vacuum chamber. You got a big old torch. But unfortunately, in molds, you can't do that. I've heard horror stories, and I've literally fused a mold, cheap mold, thank God, because I wouldn't even attempt that on a high dollar mold. But on one of the molds, I was using, yeah, that was real. So I did, I torched that sucker so good. Well, I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was just a little piece. But yeah, I know definitely not to do that again. I'm just cleaning my hands because I don't want to touch my bottle over here with sticky fingers. Okay, let me see. I'll do about 4 drops of that. I think that'll be good. My colors probably are not going to match. So that's the only bad part about mixing. Having to do separate batches, because then it doesn't, your colors don't match. So it's always better to have, when you're doing colors, it's always better to have too much than not enough, because you want those colors, you know, to match as much as possible. I mean, you know, but you're kind of in a pickle, because you know you don't want to waste the resin, but then you don't want to over pour and you don't want to under pour. So now, granted, if I would have mixed, and I mixed 8 ounces, so well, yeah, because the lid held 1.7, they said, so you might as well say 2 ounces. So I needed 9 ounces, and I did 8. So I needed an extra ounce. That was my fault. I am not going to dome that until I move that little puppy. What? I'm talking to myself. Or actually, I'm talking to my people.
What people?
The people on my channel.
Oh, you're on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah, she thought I was talking to myself, I guess. So, oh Lord, kids. Okay, let me get this up on my little thingy here. I'll be right back. I'm just turning around and sticking this up here on this table. Like a so. Like a so, like a so. And then I'm fixing that. Oh! No, I did not just do that. Well, thank God it's on a drip mat. Because, yes, I did just do that. I swear, I don't know what's up with me. To be honest, I hit that little sucker right with that spatula, and it went. Thank goodness it's all domed. So I really didn't need that much to begin with. So I'll pour this in that little shell there. This extra shell that I have over here. Just a minute, people, just a minute. So I'll go ahead and pour this in this extra shell. We're gonna have a pink and honey shell. And I can't believe I hit that with that darn spatula. I mean, I didn't lose much resin, and thank God, like I said, it's on a drip mat, but I'm trying to fish it out as much as possible. It's working. I mean, I could just wait and pick it out when it dries, but I really want to get it in this mold, if I can get it in that mold, or the biggest part of it anyway. I'm still here, guys. I'm just trying to dig this stuff out of this thing over here I spilt. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I made a mess, of course. Of course I did. Right? I mean, it wouldn't be a video if I wasn't spilling something. Right? What kind of fun video would that be? But thank goodness I've already got everything cleaned that I need to get cleaned. So, that is that. And I will stop this video and pause it, stop it, and I will come back as soon as that is ready to demold. So I'll see you guys on demold. Bye. Okay, guys, we're back, and it's time to demold. Got my markers sitting here. we're going to get this little puppy demolded. And then I'm going to paint the things on it. Oh, I bet this little thing is going to be so hard to demold. Once I get a grip on it, maybe I can roll it. Well, here goes the alcohol. I'll do it this way. There we go. So much easier. Yep, and I see lots of little micro bubbles. I should have put it in the vacuum chamber, but I didn't. That was my fault. But you can see them. They're all down in here. I don't know though. I'm kind of liking it just like it is, without color and the bees. What do you guys think? I kind of like it like that. You know, sometimes simple is better. Sorry, I had to pull this to me to demold it. But and the little lid turned out really cute. Got a few micro bubbles. I'm going to trim that. That's got some loose bits. Yeah, so what do you guys think about leaving it the way it is? I really don't know that I ought to color it. I think it looks really cute. It looks like honey in the jar. Try not to cut my fingers, because this stuff is sharp. But I didn't really want to have to take anything to it either, because I didn't want to mess up the lid on it. Because it's just a little overage. It's not a whole lot of just kind of really thin little bits that just needs to be pulled off, but they won't. They're not wanting to pull off so easy. And some of these pieces like that. Hold on guys, I'll be right back. Give me just a minute. Okay, so anyway, sorry about that. Like I said, my kids they're in San Antonio at the little SeaWorld, so I had to take that call. That was the kid talking about what all she's learned today. So, yeah. She said, I feel like I'm in school. I'm like, oh, do you now? She said, did you know that orcas know commands? And I said, yes. And she was doing a hand signal. She said, well, what does this mean? I said, I don't know. It's been forever since I've been to SeaWorld. And she said, it means to talk. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because they bought the tickets where you can, you know, have the dinner and get the tour and, you know, go down where the animals, you know, the orcas are and pet them and all that stuff, right? So, yeah, she had to call me and tell me about that. So, she was all excited. I don't know why. She's been to SeaWorld many, many times. But she was excited, so. And I told her, I said, well, I said, now, not all orcas can speak and can talk, right? And that a lot of them, not all of them know hand signals. I said, the ones out in the ocean don't do that. I said, the only ones that do that are the ones that are there. She said, oh. I'm like, yeah. That's because they're trained. So don't go to an ocean and see an orca and think you're going to do hand commands to an orca, because, yeah, I don't think that's going to get you anywhere. They would have no idea what you're doing, besides thinking you're crazy. If you could even get that close to an orca. Considering how they are killer whales. So, I'm gonna go for trying to paint it, but if I don't like it, I'm gonna take it off. Okay, that's good. But yeah, I will try to do it and see what it looks like. But like I said, if I don't like it, I'm definitely gonna remove it. I'm gonna see how the lid fits. Oh, that is so adorable. The lid doesn't fit very good. It's like this thing was, and this is solid, so it's not that. It's something. Oh, the lid's warped. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. How did that happen, I wonder? Unless it came that way and I didn't notice it. Yeah, that stinks. But, I mean, it still fits pretty good. That is a cute, cute little jar. I'm sad about all the micro bubbles, though. But, you know, honey has bubbles in it. So it's not, I mean, it's not too terribly bad, but it could be better. I'm really disappointed with this, though. But I'm going to see if maybe it's not this that's kind of worked a little bit. And see if I can fix this. If I can fix this, then maybe it'll fit on better. Looks like some of it needs to come off right here just a little bit. Yeah, that's too bad. And you see where it's warped right through here. I think I'm getting ready for a new blade. There we go. Now, well, so I'm not really sure if it's the jar or if it's the lid. It looks like it might be a little bit of both. I mean, I've had this mold for quite some time, and I've never used it, never done anything with it, but I mean, I've had it sitting flat. I don't throw my molds in a drawer and throw them all on top of each other. I kind of make sure that they're all laying flat. I see how that's kind of going that way, but that's fine. I mean, it fits. It's good. I think it's stinking cute. What do you guys think? I like it. I can't believe it's taken me this long to do that, pour that little mold. It is so cute. I see a lot more of these in my future, but I think next time I will put it in the vacuum chamber. I really need to bring my vacuum chamber in here, and this is going to be really hard to see. These little bitty ones, about trying to paint them, but we're going to see what it looks like. Sorry about the noise. I cannot find my scissors. I mean, I've got several pairs of scissors, but the one pair that I had here in my little cubby hole that I used just the other day, I cannot find. Oh, I'm hoping this is not silver, because it's supposed to be black, but I think it's going to be silver. Okay, let me find the black one. Hold on a minute, guys. I know it's over here because these are all brand new Posca markers, so I've never even, some of these I've never even used. And then not only that, I've got a whole big old bucket of markers that I bought when I first started. Acrylic paint markers. And then I started getting I mean, they worked fine, don't get me wrong. I just didn't care for them. I need to get rid of them. But then I bought these Posca paint markers, and that was it. I put them in a bucket, and I didn't use them anymore. Now, I don't know if they're, you know, any better than, you know, any other marker, but I personally think they are. I'm kind of biased, but yeah, this is really hard to see. Guess I need to get my little magnifiers out. It's got my light on them, because these little wings are, and I've got pretty good lighting in here, so now granted my eyesight apparently is, well, I know my eyesight's not that great. I'm gonna go in, don't look at, I'll go in and clean up those edges. But I don't know that I'm liking, I don't know that I'm liking that. I'm kind of liking it just the way it is. But I'm going to continue to paint. But these little boogers are not easy to see with this color. I mean, if it was a white color, it would be one thing, but this isn't white. This is more of a honey color, and it's a little hard to see. I mean, I've literally got lights all over my room, so yeah, I will definitely do some cleaning on this thing, but I really think I'm gonna have to get my other magnifying glasses out, because this is really hard to see. And it's a bumblebee, so I want to paint the, I think that's the head, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know that I like that. Because the marker, of course, is going to be a matte. Yeah, I don't know. Let me do this big guy here too and see, because I'm not sure I'm liking that very much. Some things you can paint, some things just don't look good painted. If I do it again, I may try to do it in micas. And hopefully it doesn't turn out like my butterfly did. That was very disappointing. I guess I could have fast forwarded you guys. While I'm sitting here painting this, and y'all be listening to some music. I think I'll fast forward you. That way you don't have to sit through all this. You can listen to some music while I'm doing this. Yeah. No, guys, I don't like it. So I'm gonna take it off. It just doesn't look good to me. I would rather just leave it the way it is. To me, it looks cuter that way than it does painted. It just, the ink is matte, and I just don't, yeah, I don't like that. So we're just gonna take it off. because I think it's cuter this way. And just take some, all you got to do is just take some alcohol, and this will come right off. I mean, you might have to scrub a little bit, but let me split my paper towel. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Now, if it was a different color, the pot maybe was a different color, it might be okay. But with it being this honey color, yeah, just don't. That gold, and it's just not gonna, like gold and orange, and it's just not gonna look good, I don't think. So I would rather just leave it the way it is. Maybe the next time I do it, I'll do it with some mica powders or something, but I just don't care for that now that I'm sitting here making a mess and spending more time cleaning. But just not what I'm going for. Maybe if it was a different kind of bee, it might look okay, but, and I think it would probably look okay if it was a different color. You know, if the pot was a different color, it would look good, but this just doesn't, it don't look good. So now I've got to get all this off here. So I will fish out my little Q-tips, my pointy tips, my micro tips, whatever. I do have some of the little micro brushes somewhere. I just don't know what I did with them. I mean, I do know what I did with them. I think they're down here somewhere, but oh, sorry. I don't even know that this is going to take it off. I may have to get those little micro brushes. And I can say this, Posca markers stick. For sure. I know them other markers that I used, that I had before these, they wouldn't even hardly, I mean, they stuck, but you barely touch it and they come off. But I can tell you what, that Posca ain't coming off. Let me see if I can put it. Here they are. Yeah, them Posca markers ain't coming off at all. And that's me even applying pressure and all that to get that paint off there. So yeah, they stick well, that's for sure. So if y'all want some good markers, acrylic markers to paint with, there you go. because they definitely don't rub off. That's not even gonna do it. Oh, geez. Well, this may be stuck on here now. Not what I was wanting. Let me get my little pointy ones here because the other ones aren't doing the trick. But yeah, I didn't want that stuck on there. I may have to get some acetone. Because let me tell you, this stuff is stuck on there, guys. And I mean stuck. And I mean, I'm rubbing. So, yeah, here you go. Here's you some really good paint markers that will definitely not come off if you don't want it to. Now I know why everybody uses these for the pens. I mean, for the tumblers to draw on. Because these little boogers they're not coming off if you don't want it to come off. And even if you do want it to come off, it still don't want to come off. So, yeah, I don't think I want to experiment with them markers ever again. Them little boogers are, whew, these is something. These is something. And that is no joke. Now I got this stuff stuck on here and I can't get it off. Yeah, I don't want to put acetone on it. That's for sure. Acetone is not good for epoxy. Well, we may be having some black just stuck on here because I cannot for the life of me get some of this off. And like I said, I don't want to use acetone, but that may be what I'm fixing to use because I really don't want that black on there. Hopefully it's not fixing to mess up my thing here. I am not going to be happy. I was fixing to say, now if acetone don't take it off, then I don't know what in the world would take it off, because alcohol sure ain't working. And I don't like using acetone because it does weaken your epoxy, so just be mindful of that if you have to use it, because I mean, this is what we use to strip tumblers. Well, that's what a lot of people use to strip tumblers. I actually have found a faster way to strip a tumbler, and I needed a tumbler in a pinch, like quick, and I only had one of those tumblers left that the person wanted in my arsenal. And I already had it painted and done, and I didn't have any more of those tumblers, and so I had to strip it, unfortunately. So I had to strip that tumbler, and I tell you what, I mean, I wasn't gonna sit there and soak that sucker in alcohol or acetone for 24 hours because I didn't have time. It was a custom order, and I needed to get that sucker done and get it out the door. And I tell you what, I come across a real quick, fast, easy way to strip a tumbler. If y'all want to know how, just put it in the comments below and let me know, because I will sure show you. I mean, you can strip a tumbler in less than 5 minutes. Kid you not. Now, unfortunately, you can't strip this sucker in less than 5 minutes, because this is eating up my stuff that goes onto my little dilly here. I mean, that just eat that right off. So those, we know those don't work for acetone. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I can honestly say that Posca markers stay on, guys. And you only have to have one coat. I guess, thank God, this is... I'm not selling this because... Well, if I would have been selling it, I wouldn't have tried doing the marker, because... Especially not knowing how those markers do, because I've never used them before. But I can tell you, they stick. But that's usually how it works, you know, when you don't want something to, you know, do something, you know, of course, that's what it's going to do, right? That's, you know, that's the name of the game. That's the way it always works. Because I was not wanting this to stick. And this stuff is stuck. I am having one heck of a time getting that paint off there. So, but with that, I'm just going to leave that lid. I got the biggest majority of it off, so. If I can get the biggest part of this off, if I just leave a little bit, I'm not going to be fussy about it. I still think it's cute. And I should have went with my gut and just stuck with what I thought. You know, now this would be pretty in Eco Pour. And then paint the bees. And then with the dragonfly glaze over the top. Ooh, that'd be so pretty. You know what? We may very well do that. Not in this video, because this one's gotten quite long. But in another video, I think we will do one in the mix to mold and see how it comes out and paint it. I think it'll be cute. Okay, so we still have a little bit of black, but anyway, I am going to get pictures. So stay tuned after this for the photos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.